Good Tuesday morning, everybody. Welcome into the Morning Roast on Maine Sports Leader 92.9 The Ticket. The show presented by Next Home. They're the market leader. Get looped and get sold with the Next Home experience. We're in the Greenway Equipment Studios, your locally owned John Deere dealer. See the Smith brothers in Bangor and Ellsworth because nothing runs like a deer. And then Bangor Window Shade and Drapery, offering custom blind shades, drapes, outdoor awnings. Bangor Window Shade, 105 Main Street in Bangor. Brian Sullivan, Greg Hirsch, Marqus Cesar here on this Tuesday. Greg, how are you?
I'm doing all right, man. We had the ribbon cutting / grand opening for 1A Aesthetics for Miranda yesterday up in Holden. What a great success that was. That was awesome. Bangor Chamber of Commerce. They did the ribbon cutting and everything. It was awesome. Great. Really well attended. Both my stepdaughters, Haley, Bella, were there. They got to hold the ribbon while Miranda cut it. And it was, a lot of emotion for them. That was good. That was really cool.
Awesome stuff.
Yeah, it was awesome. That being said, I am exhausted.
Yeah, a lot goes into all that, right? Yeah.
A lot of running around, a lot of stuff, but like I said, it was great. A ton of people came out. We appreciate that. And about as smooth as it could go. I think Miranda's going to decompress for about a week now. As
a man looking like I do, acting like I do, what could Miranda do for me out there?
What could she do for you? You're still young. You get that, I'm not seeing a lot of, you know what, though? I look at it differently. I look at it totally differently. She sees,
a lot of issues.
I could do this, I could do that. She hit my forehead 2-3 weeks ago for the first time.
Because you stepped out of line?
No, hit it with the Botox. Definitely with that. So, I'm a fan. Like at first, it took me a long time to come around to it, but I was like, hey, I watch TV. I'm like, that guy's forehead's a little tight, for his age, So, I've come around to it. Nothing aggressive, but just a little bit of stuff. Hey, if it makes me look a little prettier, I'm in.
I always say, Alanis Morissette said it well. If it makes you happy, it can't be that bad.
Yes.
Or was that Meredith Brooks? I don't know who one of them said it.
No, it was definitely not Alanis Morissette, I don't think. No. We'll get to her in the years, though, probably.
So that went well. That's nice. You've got Red Sox just keep on winning, man.
Yeah, 6-3. You get, just right out of the gate. Well, that's what, I'm watching that last night, right at the beginning. And, not every game's going to start off like that. But, Contreras smokes one 3-runner. And then, they put 4 runs on the board. And it's like, all right, we're off to the races. Durbin hits one. And it's like, this is enjoyable baseball to watch. Like, hitting is enjoyable. I love pitching. I love, the sweet science of pitching and everything. It's awesome. It's just, there's only so many 2-1 games you can watch, 3-2 game. It's like, let's get some damn hits.
Well, you know what? I'll even take it a step beyond that is winning is fun.
Yes.
You grind it out. Like now they've won 5 games in a row. You know what I'm going to do tonight? I'm going to tune in and watch, see if they can win a 6 in a row.
You've gained my attention. Right.
Sheryl Crow also said if
it makes you there you go. Yeah, that's right. I could hear it. I can hear it in my head.
But it's still, the words are true. If
it
makes you happy, it can't be that bad. And so, you're watching it last night. You've got the stuff with the guys from Venezuela overcome with emotions because of all the stuff going on with the earthquakes in their country. The Contreras hitting the home run, and then if you didn't see it, he hit a home run, and he just overcome with emotion.
Yes.
And then you got the Nesson camera right on him.
In his grill.
Abreu gives him a hug, and Suarez, also from Venezuela, was so good.
Yeah.
And so it was, they've won 5 straight.
Yeah, no, I know, exactly. I did hear Beetle yesterday talk about, what does it mean winning the Yankee series? Doesn't mean anything. Is what he said, basically. And I share that sentiment in terms of, this thing is probably too far gone. But at the same time, you can make something enjoyable out of this thing for a little bit. That's all we're looking for. If you're being realistic, let's just be a competitive ball club for the rest of the way.
Well, I'm going to hit you with some Shawshank here, which is get busy living or get busy dying.
That's right.
Either rattle off 12 straight wins and demand that I, reassess my life at the All-Star break here.
Right.
Or start losing baseball games. This is because a 5-game win streak, all it's done is taken you out of the opportunity to have the number 1 overall pick in the Major League Baseball draft.
Yep.
If you're either going to be bad or be good, and I think that they're too good at pitching to be really bad.
Yeah, no, exactly. That pitching's going to keep them in ball games and win you ball games that you're not supposed to win. And you're starting to see this lineup that isn't great find some swagger a little bit and just some confidence. I mean, they've just been beat up all season long, because they haven't been good. Now you just see them getting in there. The Caleb Durbin's, like, just seeing him get in there with some confidence. He looks like a different ball player at the plate.
Well, having a couple guys that are just hitting, guys that are hitting throughout the course of a week at a time, it makes all the difference. Durbin and Contreras, just every time you go through, you got to worry about them.
Well, listening to Maz yesterday too, what do those guys do? The Sieglers and things. They come up, they get the bat on the ball.
Yeah.
Like, they're not going down 3 straight, striking out. It's like they're actually putting the ball into play. So it's like, all right, there's something to work with there. And yeah, I mean, I give the team credit for, just digging down a little bit. I mean, it's that's a good thing to see, and it's been enjoyable.
So so we've got that. We've got the Jaylen Brown is still a Boston Celtic for right now.
Yep.
We'll get into that. Japan and Germany eliminated in the World Cup yesterday.
Yeah, wow, what an upset, huh?
Yeah.
On the Germany one there. Just to see, biggest upset of the tournament so far. Like I said, it's not my thing, but to see the emotions of the home crowd, the home people, just like in tears all over it. Was impressive to see.
And if you're into that kind of thing, there's some World War II comedy out there for people to have Germany and Japan going down.
Right. It's true.
So
it pairs well.
If that's your thing. That exists out there as well. But it was certainly for a time where you've got, it should slow down, but no, not even close. You got Wimbledon going on right now as well. But
Victor Hovland wins the Travelers yesterday morning.
Nice and early.
Yeah, there we go. That, I mean, extends a golf tournament that you probably wouldn't pay attention to normally.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think that the Jaylen Brown stuff continues to be interesting in just the reporting around it and whether he's. I was listening to the Locked On Celtics podcast, and those guys who covered every day, it's John Corrales is the host of it, and local beat guy, to the point that he's going to go to Vegas with him to watch the rookies play.
Sure.
So he's on the ground, and he puts it at 25% that Brown is back.
Yeah, it seems to be like a divorce, an impending divorce is what's happening. So, it's not a good scene. So
it's probably something that if it's going to happen, will happen in the next few days here, but has not happened as of yet. Okay, Morning Roast brought to you in part by Hero Sports Grill and Entertainment Center is the official sports grill of the roast and the place to be in downtown Bangor at herosportsgrill.com. And available when ordering McDelivery through Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub, 2 sausage McMuffins with egg, 2 hotcakes, 4 hash browns, 4 small hot coffees, all for just $19.99. This bundle deal is worth over 40% off and available for a limited time. Order at your local family-owned McDonald's on Main Street and Union Street in Bangor and Wilson Street in Brewer. Okay, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We've got 1986 on the agenda today.
I'm looking forward to this one.
I think this is going to be one of the finalists.
I think so. This was a big one.
I think it's going to, in the heart of hearts, I think it comes down to us having to decide between 04 and 86, but we'll see what happens. We've had a couple of challengers pop up.
Sneaky ones.
84 was very highly rated.
Yep.
We'll see where we go. But today is 1986 on our quest to figure out what year we peaked as Mainers that enjoy consuming sports and other stuff. All right, that's on the agenda next. Don't go away. Welcome back. Madden Generator Services with expert installation, dependable maintenance, and a free 7-year warranty on new Generac installs. They'll keep your home in the game. Call 951-4668. Madden Generator Services, power you can count on. And start your morning at Goslin's Bakery, 334 Harlow Street in Bangor. Grab a breakfast sandwich on an English muffin or croissant, plus legendary donuts and pastries made since 1945. Or visit the new Goslin's Bakery and Deli next to Hannaford in Brewer. All right, let's go back to 1986. Greg, you ready to head there?
Let's do it.
All right, your New England Patriots are 11-5. Head coach Raymond Berry, they go second in the AFC East. They won the AFC Championship. They lose to the Chicago Bears 46-10 in that season. So Patriots make a Super Bowl run in 86.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And, it was, AFC East champions. Not, you had the John Hanna. It was more the gritty type of team. I don't know if it was Eason and Grogan both. There was both of them, I think, throughout that year. So it wasn't, that star-laden offense type of thing. But yeah, another great season by the Patriots.
But it's the first Patriots team to ever make the Super Bowl. So
we're talking because 80. I see what you did there. I'm looking. All right, cool. I'm with you.
Right.
I'm with you. All right. So we're talking the Super Bowl team then.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Because these 80s, the years get with the sports season,
it's tough. It overlaps.
It overlaps, right? Oh, okay. I see what you're looking at. Okay. Never mind.
So we'll go but it's still, the Patriots. You've come off a run that is not existed before.
Completely, yes. And going to the Super Bowl was unexpected. So you've been to the Super Bowl, and then that bleeds into the next year. Anyway, it's Patriots are much better than anticipated.
You've got the Red Sox. The Red Sox are a team that shall live in infamy. They win the American League East. They lose in the World Series in 7 games to the New York Mets.
Most heartbreaking thing in Boston sports.
They beat the California Angels 4-3, a famous Dave Henderson home run in Game 5. They led Game 6 with 2 outs in the 10th inning. You know what happens. Mookie Wilson, Bill Buckner through the legs. And then, there's all that happens. It's just, until... That was the clip that sort of what you still see it. But
it defined Boston's. It really defined Boston's sports, other than the Celtics for the most part, for the longest time.
Yeah, just sort of ineptitude or failure at the highest point, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was pulling the football away from Linus or Charlie Brown or whatever, right? Like it was just always at the last minute. Dave Henderson would have won the World Series, too. He hit a home run that would have won the World Series if they didn't blow it.
You had Roger Clemens won the AL MVP that year. He won the Cy Young. He struck out 20 Mariners in April. Wade Boggs won the batting title, hitting .357.
Yeah. It just incredible. Like, really was. You had Don Baylor for the power. You had Bruce Hirsch, the lefty, as your number 2 guy. Old Tom Seaver that they picked up towards the end of the year. Finishing out Old Ken Boyd. My God, it was just unbelievable. I mean, they just and poor Bill Buckner was the one who gets the grief for it too, and he had a storied career and really shouldn't have. The thing was he shouldn't have been playing in the field at that point in the game, and McNamara left him in and just basically ruined the rest of his life.
Buckner remains one of the most famous moments in sports history. I mean, it is up there with.
Oh, yeah.
The good, the bad. I mean, but that certainly, I don't know how many times I've seen it. Okay, we can come back to that if you so choose. The Celtics, they go 67-15.
Just laughing at people.
I mean, this is the team that I think most people, I would say people your age are going to tell me this is the best basketball team that ever walked the face of the earth.
Absolutely was.
Right?
Yep. Without a doubt, and they carried themselves as such.
And it's a different time. They beat the Bulls, the Hawks, the Bucks, and the Rockets. They beat the Rockets 4-2 in the NBA Finals. Larry Bird won MVP, his 3rd straight.
Yep.
Finals MVP. Often considered one of the greatest teams in NBA history. The 85-86 Celtics are still regularly ranked among the top 5 NBA teams ever.
Yeah, just awesome. It was obviously a different style of basketball back then, but it was just incredible to watch. It was awesome.
Could you imagine that Celtics team playing against today's NBA?
It would be so bizarre looking.
It would be bizarre.
Yeah.
I would think
the 86 Celtics in terms of team play
and scoring and shooting the basketball would work.
Yeah.
I think that they have to go deep into the bench because it's a little, the officiating.
They'd be a little tired too. I think, the conditioning back then wasn't the same. They're not built the same.
Yeah, right. No ripping dirts at halftime.
Yeah, right.
So the Celtics win the NBA championship, and what people would tell you, it's the greatest basketball. It's in the conversation for the top 5 teams ever. Okay,
100%.
The Bruins go 49-26-5. They're eliminated in the Adams Division Finals. They lost to the Montreal Canadiens. Heard that one before?
Yep. Yeah, always happens for a little while here.
But a couple things came. Nearly emerges as a superstar, and Ray Bourque continues to establish himself as arguably the NHL's best defenseman.
Yeah, I mean, you had two legitimate stars on that team. They were just waiting to kind of fill out the roster before they could at least take a legitimate run at it.
Let's see other stuff that's going on for the Maine Black Bears competitive Yankee Conference program and for football. Continue developing talent that would help elevate the program into the 1990s. One of Hockey East's premier programs is growing.
Yeah, it's not there yet. You're still on the wrong side of wins and losses, but at the same time, the recruiting is happening under Walsh, and fairly soon here, you're going to start to see the emergence of UMaine as a legitimate Hockey East / national contender.
I do think that like the 90s are going to, I keep on saying 86 and 2004, like 92, 93, like the 90s
for around here.
When you consider what the hockey was doing and what the women's basketball was doing.
Yeah.
A couple of those years, like it's gonna factor in.
Yeah, without a doubt. It may not challenge,
but this is for us. It's not, I mean, like
it is for us. That's true.
So it's for our group, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For our corner of Maine here, and then anybody that's listening to us
it's gonna rank high.
So you got to consider like what it's gonna like what song, what was the number one album? Like, does Kurt Cobain help your cause in 1993?
Right, yeah, exactly, right. The rise of grunge.
So we'll see when we get there, but we'll stick with 86 for right now. Okay, to the other stuff, Platoon is your Best Picture winner.
Yeah, phenomenal. One of the all-time greats, right?
It beats Children of a Lesser God, Hannah and Her Sisters, The Mission, and A Room with a View.
I saw Platoon.
We used to nominate some real... The Best Picture nominees are not a good barometer of where we were, right?
No, and I would argue they're probably still not.
Right. Let's see your top 5 box office films that year. Here we go. Top Gun.
Yep.
Crocodile Dundee. Platoon. Karate Kid Part 2. And Back to School.
Yeah, Back to School is great. Karate Kid Part 2, living off of yesterday's sweat a little bit, but whatever. You got to do it for Mr. Miyagi on that one. And yeah, Crocodile Dundee didn't have the staying power. Like, it was when that came out, they're like, "Oh, this thing's hysterical. You got to see this." That's not a knife, and it just I don't think we've ever rewatched it.
But how many times have you said that's not a knife, that's a knife?
Oh, that lasted.
I mean, I think I said it 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, exactly. It did last. That part lasted. Not a real rewatchable flick, but the rest, awesome. Top Gun, Platoon, those are rewatchable forever.
Top Gun, I think sets a record for coming out and then a sustained success at the box office. Maybe not a record, but it's like number one for like 12 weeks. Your TV shows are Cosby Show, Family Ties, Cheers, Murder, She Wrote, in 60 Minutes. Kind of redundant. We hear those ones all the time.
Yeah.
NBC completely dominated Thursday nights.
Yeah, the rest of the networks were scrambling. I mean, there were news articles about, like, what are the other channels going to do?
Sure.
Because NBC was just a beast.
I mean, NBC, the Thursday night, the comedy block was, to a point where 8 o'clock, I'm parked right here, and for the next 2 hours, we're just laughing.
Yeah, you're sticking. I mean, you're going with like Cosby Show, family type thing, Family Ties, obviously, same, a little more mature maybe in some ways, and then you roll into let's hang out at a Boston bar,
and right, and then you had they always try to move them around a little bit as they got older and make hit. Like, what are we going to plop at 8:30?
Right, yeah.
Let's try this.
What can we elevate?
And try to make something else of it. Grammy of the Year, No Jacket Required by Phil Collins. The top 5 selling albums of the year are True Blue by Madonna, Slippery When Wet by Bon Jovi, Graceland by Paul Simon, Control by Janet Jackson, and the Top Gun soundtrack.
Love it. Love it. There's some other great albums too.
Which you can have some. Feel free to chime in on those. Other cultural events that still matter today. The Challenger disaster.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, that was, especially in New England. I mean, everybody in New England that was of the age. I mean, I was in middle school and we watched it in science class because, I mean, we have a New Hampshire school teacher on board, Chris McAuliffe, and, New England incredibly proud. And then just to have what happened, shockingly.
You're watching that live?
Yeah.
Everybody was.
Yeah, watching that live, and it was just like... everybody took a moment like, what? All right, what are we doing here? And then the TVs are going off, and it was just a disaster.
Hands Across America. Millions participate in a coast-to-coast charity event that becomes one of the decade's signature cultural spectacles.
We could probably use a Hands Across America right about now. I think that would be probably a good thing.
There you go. Hey, here's where the movement begins. The Chernobyl nuclear disaster. it's probably one of the greatest things HBO's ever put out. Is their
phenomenal,
yeah,
phenomenal, such a good watch. If you haven't seen it, it's well worth it
because you don't really. I don't think me growing up in Bucksport, Maine, really understood what could have happened.
Right. Oh yeah, absolutely. Like it was. Yeah. It was a disaster, but it could have been worldwide catastrophic, and really, it was the first. One of the earlier chinks in the armor in the Cold War that just really set the USSR back.
All right, I got to get going a little faster here. Oprah goes national. Oprah goes national, right? I mean,
huge.
She becomes just a staple of everything.
Yep.
Cable television explodes. MTV reaches a peak influence. CNN becomes a major news source. ESPN begins evolving into a national sports powerhouse.
Yep.
Nintendo releases The Legend of Zelda in Japan and introduces Metroid, helping define modern action adventure games. Music, 86 produces astonishing number of enduring albums, including Master of Puppets, Licensed to Ill, The Queen is Dead, So, and Graceland.
Yeah, you just named them. Licensed to Ill was like gigantic, and it was that, like rap was like kind of like up and coming, but it broke through as you got like Run DMC and the Beastie Boys, and it merged with rock a little bit.
So I come to it years later, but I walk into Strawberries. I think I've told the story. And I sing the
Yes.
guy working at Strawberries, the song Girls.
Right.
And I'm like, listen, I don't know what it is, but it's like, girls, I really want girls. And the guy's like, yeah, here, this is it. And I walked out with License to Ill, and I just thought, thank you, sir.
That is my theme song for my teenage years.
I heard it, and I was like, Dad, this is pretty good.
Yeah, listen to what they're talking. They're speaking the truth.
Yeah, in the morning they want them. They like them in the evening. Different places.
All the time.
Different
Girls.
locales.
Right,
yeah, I want them everywhere.
Right. These are my people.
Feel that way, Dad. Like, I can remember the guy knew exactly what I was talking about, though.
That's right.
Strawberries, right here by the Bangor Mall. I walked in and gave him a couple bars, and I think I just spoke to my eloquent singing voice.
I think so.
He was able to place it pretty quickly.
Yeah, like you're the man.
So,
are you Mike D?
Yeah, exactly. Yep, I dropped it much to his dismay. Let's see. In 1986, so just all in all, the Patriots Super Bowl run, Celtics winning arguably the greatest NBA championship of the modern era. Sox come oh so close. Bill Buckner is there. Top Gun, Platoon, Crocodile Dundee. You've got music that lasts. So there you go. There is 1986 in a nutshell. All right, we will score it when we come back. Also want to tell you about Uno Pizzeria and Grill, where they have late nights every night at the bar or lounge, 9 to close. Enjoy $6 apps, $5 cheeseburgers, $5 indie cheese or pepperoni pizza dishes at 725 Stillwater Avenue in Bangor. Back with more next. Dairy Queen Old Town, they got the DQ $7 chicken strip meal deal. It has it all, 100% white meat, seasoned chicken strips, full-size fries, a drink, a DQ Sundae, all for just $7. You can get it now with a new honey sriracha dip. Visit 613 Stillwater Avenue in Old Town. Brian Sullivan, Greg Hirsch, Marqus Cesar here on this Tuesday morning. As we continue forward, we will, before we address the moments of the present, we will score the past. 1986, Greg, give me your sports score for all that happened. You've got Celtics, Red Sox. My goodness, weren't we having ourselves a time?
It was, yeah, for sure. And I got to dock just a little percentage point because of the heartbreak of the Red Sox, though, right?
Yeah.
They didn't win it. I mean, it was, the moments. There's documentaries built around it. I'm gonna give it, but for sports, I'm giving it a 9.3.
Okay.
I mean, it was damn good.
You're pretty much you're good in everything.
You're good in everything, and you are so incredible at the Garden on the court.
Yeah. I'll give you pretty much the same. I'm going to go with a 9.2. I said the same thing. So it's just, it's going to be hard to top that. I'm not sure what will. We'll get through it. And I think as you go around the other stuff, though, what is your pop culture, your cultural events score?
Yeah, I'm giving it a 8.7. I mean, it's high. It's high. And I think, that TV was really big. It was so much bigger back then than like just on-air TV. and your shows. That was massive. Thursday nights were huge. Top Gun, Platoon, License to Ill is out. Phil Collins is dominating Madonna when he was 8.7 for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go just a little bit lower. I'm gonna give it an 8.4. I appreciate all the stuff, but it's not like stuff that I need in my life. Like Top Gun is a fun movie,
right?
But I don't watch it like once a summer.
No, I'm probably overvaluing it a little bit, but
it is great. And I'm not saying it's not. It's like a bedrock of like the Tom Cruise is like, oh, I'm good at this character.
Right.
I'm gonna now be a bartender doing it. I'm gonna be a lawyer that does it.
That's
I'm going to be a sports agent that does it.
Right. And I'm trying to keep in mind too what we got coming too, because there's some like movies and cultural things that are pretty awesome.
Yeah. So, but still, I think that end of the day, these are a couple of scores that will be hanging around. 1986. There it is. As
awesome.
You've got we will continue our quest forward throughout the course of the summer. But there it is, 1986. All right. Jaylen Brown at the moment. Still a member of the Boston Celtics, not even born in 1986, Jaylen Brown. Here's Gary Washburn talking about the Celtics' handling of this situation. I don't know what the ultimate goal here is, because if it does appear that if we're going to continue to within Brad we trust, it feels like this has not gone the way that he would have wanted. It would have been, and you said it yesterday. Maybe you should have just ante it up a little bit to get Giannis, if this is the way it's going to go. Unless some of the stuff that happened yesterday, because you had Portland make a move. They traded a couple of the guys that had been linked to Jaylen Brown moves.
Yep.
Unless it's a means to an end, to get a couple of things that the Celtics might want, but I'm not sure that adds up that way. So it does appear that the Trailblazers, who appeared to have the best offer for you for the now and for the future, with players and picks, they made a move to get Ja Morant yesterday.
And they're out.
So I'm not sure if they're out, but they made a move. And who knows? The NBA is crazy with players moving all around. But it does appear that they could be out, and that's another team off the board if that's the case.
Yeah, no, for sure. And it's one of those, we've held Brad Stevens and the Celtics to such a high level in this area comparatively to Red Sox that we've been killing, Bruins to a lesser extent, but still in the talks of, the big question being, now it's a question. It was never a question before, is because the Celtics just went through 86. You've always assumed, hey, they're trying to get better. They're trying to win this thing. Now, as the smoke is cleared on the Giannis thing, and you're still talking about moving Jaylen Brown for something lesser, you're like, are they just concerned financially here? Is this just a financial thing? Is this, they just don't want to pay Jaylen Brown the extra money because they don't think he's worth that extra money?
It's an interesting thought. All right, we'll take a quick commercial break. I want to tell you all about Maine Athletics. Football is coming this fall. Time to pack the stands at Alphon Stadium and cheer on Maine football. Don't miss the excitement, the tradition, and the Black Bear pride all season long. Season tickets are on sale now. Give you the best value, best seats for every home game. Visit goblackbears.com/tickets today and secure your tickets. Go Blue. Also, the announcement yesterday that Jack Cosgrove going to be in the Football Ring of Honor.
Awesome. Well deserved. So good to hear.
Absolutely. Cos belongs up there. Probably should have done it the minute he walked out the door. But it's great that he is going to go up there right now. All right, back with more right after this. Bangor Mall Cinemas, Greater Bangor's favorite hometown theater, has been for over 40 years. Bangor Mall Cinemas features luxury recliners and an upgraded food menu. Find showtimes and reserve your seat at yourneighborhoodtheater.com. Brian Sullivan, Greg Hirsch, Marqus Cesar here on this Tuesday morning. Boston Red Sox got a win last night. Now 5 straight for the old ball club. Ranger Suarez looked pretty good. Still no Roman Anthony out there. He talked about some of his frustrations for an inability to get back out there on the field. So, I mean, frustrated. At least his heart seems to be in it. It's not like he's just sitting there wanting to be out. And I guess if you've just got untenable pain in a finger that's important to be able to swing, it's a weird injury. It's just an odd series of events that has Roman Anthony out of the lineup. Yeah,
it's bizarre. Actually, it's good to hear him say, this seems ridiculous to me, to be out with a finger. like this, because it seems ridiculous to all of us.
Right.
And it's, when you question his toughness, you question what it means to be injured versus hurt and all of that stuff. And you got to, I got to give him the benefit of the doubt right now, I guess. I have to. You got to think he wants to be in there. The Sox want him in there. But it's just, their questions linger in terms of, some guys just get hurt all the time and they never become who they were supposed to be. And you just hope this isn't the case for Roman Anthony.
So Roman Anthony, at least, I think I agree with you on the fact it's nice to hear him say it, to verbalize the things that we've been thinking. Here's WEI talking about what could happen for Marcelo Meyer. What do you think on that one?
Well, you and I were talking, I don't know if it was this weekend or whenever it was, about kind of interesting, though, that the day before he gets shut down, there's a report that's leaked basically saying, he doesn't appear to be tough.
Yeah.
And then he gets shut down.
His willingness to play through the slings and arrows that come from a 162 game schedule.
Right.
The scrapes and the bumps and the bruises and things like that. The difference between injured and hurt.
Yeah, and I think that has a lot more meat on the bone than just Fenway flu, let him get reset. That reeks of old school Red Sox ownership, management, whatever, in terms of we're going to kill this guy.
And you also now had John Henry starting to talk to members of the media, but not on the record.
Right.
Like Sean McAdam had some loose, not quoting of him, but had conversation with him.
Yeah.
And so you wonder what the motivation is, but that does seem like the way that they used to do it. Do a guy dirty, give him a little lead. Hey, put this in the papers.
Yep.
Now all of a sudden, me at home thinking, oh, this guy's weak. This guy's
absolutely.
soft.
Let's twist this thing a little bit. And with Marcelo Meyer, you don't have to twist very hard.
Right.
I mean, the guy hasn't gotten it done. He doesn't look like an MLB everyday player.
But it's also when you introduce something like that, it's like when you watch the news and you put up someone's face, it could say Greg Hirsch, Teacher of the Year, and you think, oh, what a guy.
Sure.
But if you also put up there and say Greg Hirsch, pervert.
Yeah,
right. You just look at him like, that guy does.
Yeah,
look like, you know what I mean? So when you tell me, Marcelo Meyer, when the headline says he's a guy that would rather look cool than be good.
Oh.
And I see the picture of him and he's got the eye black and all that stuff. You're like, you're right.
Chomping on the gum.
And so you feed me that, and now I just he just wants to, he's Jackson Dart with one eye black down the left side.
Yep.
Not really caring about the sun FX on the right eye.
No. And that's when that came, when they were talking about that a week ago or whatever, it just all came into focus for me. I'm speaking for myself here, but I bet for most people too. I was like, yeah, he doesn't care, does he? Look at him. Just look at him. Cocky.
Yeah. How many pieces of gum do you need, sir?
Just looking in the stands for, the pretty girls. He wants to look like a ball player rather than be a ball player, But that's my mindset on Marcelo Meyer right now because he can't get it done. And we've been waiting for him for however long, and it's been a disappointment. So, the Marcelo Meyer thing's been an abject failure.
And it doesn't help that you throw him a curveball and he's mystified by it.
Completely.
So there's some of that too.
Yeah. He can't. Yeah, exactly. He can't hit off-speed stuff, and this outstanding fielder he is not. That I've been told he was.
So there you go. Yeah. All right. I think that was a double negative. I don't know what you just said to me. Outstanding fielder he is not. I was told he was. That was like a haiku.
Yeah.
That was an abstract thought.
This will be the story of Marcelo Meyer.
Anti Marcelo Meyer sentiment there. All right. This day in history is next.
Welcome back to 92.9 The Ticket. This is There Will Be Sad Songs to Make You Cry by Billy Ocean, the number one song in 1986 today.
Should have stuck with Caribbean Queen.
Yeah.
That was his big one. That was his big one. He should have stuck with that. This doesn't do it for me.
He was on top today, though.
Yeah, for sure. They love Billy Ocean. Yeah, he had a short run, but we'll take it.
40 years ago today. There you go. In 1898, the Winston Motor Carriage Company publishes the first known automobile ad in Scientific American using the headline, "Dispense with a Horse."
That's awesome.
1908, a giant fireball, most likely caused by the airburst of a large meteoroid or comet, flattens 80 million trees near the river in Russia. A river in Russia is the largest impact event ever recorded in history.
Yeah, the Tunguska River. Yeah, that was. That one's. Yeah, essentially looks like a nuclear bomb went off there. Right? Crazy.
1937, the world's first emergency call telephone service is launched in London using the number 999. 1955, the first Johnny Carson show debuts on CBS. Let's see. Sports events, 1934, Detroit radio executive George Richards pays just under $8,000 to buy the NFL's Portsmouth Spartans, moves the team to Detroit, and rebrands it the Lions.
It's a good deal.
Is that right? Under just $7,952.08.
The 1934 numbers. I'm curious as to. Let me look up what that equals in today's dollars.
Still seems a bargain, but I
It
guess
does,
you're
it
kind of on
does.
a wing and a prayer that the Spartans are going to become the Lions. Let's see.
And the sport is going to actually keep going, I guess, at that time.
Let's see. Birthdays today. Vincent D'Onofrio from things like Full Metal Jacket and Men in Black was born in 1959.
Private Pile.
He's got a pretty interesting career. Like
Yeah.
he pops up here and there.
Sure.
He kind of can do it all.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, he's outstanding.
Even playing the alien in Men in Black. Pretty good.
Right, exactly. He plays Vince Vaughn's brother in the breakup.
Yep.
He's good in that.
Sure.
Yep. Yeah. I like him.
Band of
It's-
Brothers. Rent it sometime.
Yeah.
It's a good line.
Right.
Great line.
It's a good line.
But yeah, I mean, his descent into madness in Full Metal Jacket.
Oh,
is,
just incredible.
1966, Mike Tyson was born. 85, Michael Phelps. And 88, our guy, Joe Mazzulla. Holidays today, it is Asteroid Day,
Yeah, as
Fittingly.
it should be.
Corvette Day. Okay.
Yep.
Clean Your Disposal Day.
Okay.
And Social Media Day. There you go. Post
Nice.
something fun.
1934, that 8,000 would be equal to about 200,000 today. Still a great deal for a
Still a great
football
deal.
team.
There
If
you go.
you can get it.
All right, 7 a.m. hour coming your way next. Good Tuesday morning. Welcome into the 7 a.m. hour of the Morning Roast on Maine Sports Leader 92.9 The Ticket. We're broadcasting from the Greenway Equipment Studios, your Greenway Equipment sales, local John Deere dealer. See the Smith Brothers in Bangor and Ellsworth because nothing runs like a deer. Fat Panda Boba Tea and Market on Hollow Street in Bangor next to Goslin's Bakery. Sip fresh boba, explore snacks, ramen, and their tasty Jamaican patties. Visit the new Brewer location on Wilson Street next to Hannaford. And Next Home, they're the market leader. Get looped and get sold with the Next Home experience. Brian Sullivan, Greg Hirsch, Marqus Cesar here on this Tuesday morning. Greg, how are you?
Hanging in there, man. We're about to hit a heat wave, it seems like, for the next few days. So, act accordingly. Get your ACs ready.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to get those things. I'm
Yeah.
still going with the fan. I've been.
You've committed to it. Look at that.
I've been. I don't. It's so nice in the morning when the room has gotten to that. It's regulated. I like
Yeah.
the fan. I actually
Yeah.
prefer the fan to
Okay.
the AC. But I got the AC. I got to put it in, especially over the next couple of days here.
It's going to be like a swamp. If
I have
not.
to, yeah.
It's more the dehumidifying.
Right.
It's just, yeah. I mean, just you wake up in a frothy mess.
I don't need that.
I can't.
Marcus, how are you?
Just turn Marcus's stomach.
After that strong imagery, not too good. So I was kind of going back because I needed to get the Sox prop that we had for Monday. My takeaway from that episode was, let's get a game, maybe two from this Yankees series. And Greg just says, you're kidding yourself if you think that's going to happen. And yeah, I was. And I don't know. I wish I didn't say anything about it now. Because 5 in a row. I don't know what to make of this ball team. It's just insane. It's crazy.
5 wins consecutively. Red Sox get a great outing from Ranger Suarez and are victorious last night. They are winners now of 5 straight. They win 6-3. I said this in the last hour. I don't know what to make of all this because it is a 5-game win streak, but get busy living or get busy dying because you're now on 5 straight. How many more do they need to win, Greg, for you to kind of get this? Is there a number before the All-Star break?
No, I honestly don't think. I don't think that in terms of what are we talking about? In terms of like enjoying this and kind of getting on board and rooting for the Sox. I mean, extend this thing out as long as it possibly can go. Go on a major win streak. That would be nice. Am I ever going to have hopes of this team as being a competitive threat? No. This team is not a competitive threat to doing anything in terms of postseason or it's just they're not good enough. They've got great pitching. I love seeing that. I love seeing them digging down in some of these guys that are just fighting for MLB careers, taking advantage of the opportunities. I love seeing that. That's awesome. They've got some spark. They got some life. I give them credit for that. And I want to be able to enjoy this season. I'm a Red Sox fan at heart, but the bottom line is I'm a Red Sox fan, and this organization has not done what they've needed to do for a while now to put themselves in the position they should be in as the Boston Red Sox. And I can't be satisfied with anything that goes forward with this team until they kind of change course. And so I'm rooting for a complete retool of this franchise philosophically. So yeah, I worry that a major win streak will alter the course. This team needs to be sellers no matter what.
So they've won 5 straight games, and I don't know what this means, but the truth lies in the outcome. And so you've now won 5 straight games on the shoulders of really strong starting pitching and just enough offense. Just enough offense to get through, which really 3 runs has been sort of that dividing line where if you can get to 3, you can get yourself a win. They get 6 last night. Of course, our Red Sox home run contest for our listeners out there is ongoing. Last day of the month here.
Yep.
Currently, as we sit here, Wilson Contreras, 7 home runs in June. Caleb Durbin, 6.
Incredible. No one thought Durbin, right? Like that was like a joke of a pick a month ago, right? It's like, oh, Durbin, great. We'll even be on the team.
I think we actually did laugh out loud when and then when the O'Connells were here.
Fred from Milford's got Durbin.
Fred from Durbin's got Milford. Okay, hey, Fred, feeling good? All right.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, no, I know. Someone like just wiped out half.
Yeah,
the
my
thing.
butt hit it.
Yeah.
When Matt O'Connell was here, well, we do have a
dry
hard
erase
copy
board.
of it. Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah.
All right, we'll continue to monitor that. All right, available and ordering McDelivery through Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub. 2 sausage muffins with egg, 2 hot cakes, 4 hash browns, and 4 small hot coffees, all for just $19.99. This bundle deal is over 40% off for a limited time. Order at your local family-owned McDonald's on Main Street and Union Street in Bangor and Wilson Street in Brewer. And stuck on the side of the road, Union Street Towing has you covered 24/7 statewide, from breakdowns to lockouts to get you moving fast. 942-4200, driven to be there when you need them most. Let's do it, Marcus. All right, yesterday we talked a lot about the trade that the Boston Bruins made to bring in J.J. Peterka. There you go.
Yep.
Here's Adam Jones talking about the move.
Yeah, I like it too. It was an interesting Felger show yesterday. DJ Bean came in and they went back and forth because Felger hates the idea of 2 firsts for a guy that's bounced around 2 different places. But Bean held his own and just said, listen, this guy got traded from Buffalo. He wanted a trade, and it's a bit revisionist history to look at Buffalo the way they are right now. Buffalo 2 years ago was a disaster, and people have wanted out. I mean, Jack Eichel wanted out of there a while ago. I mean, they were not a good franchise, and they were trading at the time for, I forget the defenseman's name, but it was like a top 4 defenseman that ended up fizzling out a little bit after the trade happened. But he was traded for a top 4 defenseman, and then just Utah didn't like him in the defensive zone, didn't get as much time there. But this guy is an offensive threat. He's got speed. You can attack on the rush, and like I said, what are you going to do with those 2 picks? Is this guy better than those 2 picks that Don Sweeney would make? Yeah, this guy's better. It's a good deal. You need top 6 talent. This guy should be top 6 talent.
It's sort of your bad luck that the pick that comes from the Panthers quickly became garbage because they're going to be so good.
Right. And in addition, there's protection there because it's top 10 protected even still. So if the bottom were to fall out of Florida, everybody gets injured and they're terrible. Guess what? it's your pick again.
All right, interesting stuff. So we've got more on the Red Sox, Celtics, and Bruins. Going to talk with Dave Peck in a couple of minutes here as well. All right, Dean's Detailing, the leader in auto detailing for 55 years. Renew your vehicle's appearance, protect your auto investment, look good and feel good in a clean, shiny car. Book your appointment at deansdetailing.com. And Acadia Federal Credit Union's newest location is now open on Wilson Street in Brewer, serving Maine since 1963 with branches in Bangor, Brewer, and Aroostook County. Learn more at acadiafcu.org. All right, back with a little Celtics talk right after this. Don't go away. Dairy Queen in Bangor with the new DQ breakfast collection. You can enjoy a Cinnamon Toast Crunch dip cone, Fruity Pebbles, shake, or the Choco Frosted Donut Blizzard treat. Whether it's breakfast time or not, visit 668 Broadway in Bangor. DQ, happy, tastes good. And Casella, good pay, good people, good life. Find your place at powerofhardwork.com. Brian Sullivan, Greg Hirsch, Marqus Cesar here on this Tuesday morning, where Jaylen Brown still a member of the Boston Celtics. And it does seem as though the more this goes on, you have to wonder about the motivation of the Boston Celtics. Because I think when it was Giannis for Jaylen Brown, you could understand it.
Of course you could.
Right? And so,
yeah.
So how much of this is that the Celtics just want to move on from Jaylen Brown? And for every day that passes, the return seems like it's getting less and less. I mean, It's all just sort of, fairy dust, rumors, smoke out there, whatever.
Sure.
There's nothing real tangible to point to. But you had the Trailblazers make a move yesterday. That was some of the guys that were linked there. So they're getting John Morant out there in Portland. And a couple of guys that were in some rumors for Jaylen Brown go back the other way. And so you have to wonder, was the motivation to start the season like this now, the time is now?
Certainly appears that way, right? Like we said, like there was a bit of a cover there when it was for Giannis, because Celtics fans could sit there and rationalize the fact that, okay, they want to go this route to make the team better. Giannis, they don't go all in on Giannis. Probably a huge mistake by Brad Stevens at this point. Now it's becoming clear they just want to move off from Jaylen Brown.
There's reports out there they spent the weekend canvassing the league for offers, right? Let's hear from Vince Goodwill here on the Celtics seemed willing in all of this. It's interesting. What did Jaylen Brown all of a sudden get worse overnight?
Right. I'm pretty sure he just had his best season as a Celtic in terms of expectations and what he did versus those expectations.
And so I guess I just sit here and I wonder what's going to make us happy as Celtics fans for the return of Jaylen Brown. Because if you are heart set on moving on from him, it does appear that the returns are diminishing, right?
Completely.
So I really wonder where you go from here. And is it a bridge too far? Can we turn back around?
I mean, I think you probably could for a year. You're not. I mean, but you're not. You're not upping him. Like that's the big thing, right? The contract. You're not going to pay him. And what kind of Jaylen Brown are you going to get? Disgruntled Jaylen Brown, like truly disgruntled at the organization. He's been disgruntled with media members and external factors, but a disgruntled Jaylen Brown for internal reasons. I think you would get. He's the type of person that I think is just going to play his ass off regardless. But it's not going to be a great locker room. Joe Mazzulla is going to have a real problem on his hands.
Let's hear from Jaylen Brown himself.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, no, I don't think anybody's saying Jaylen Brown isn't good, right? Like Jaylen Brown, or do you disagree?
No, not me.
Yeah.
Not me. I mean, I've been seeing like this mystery source going around saying, oh yeah, well, some of us guys around the league don't think he's even like the 8th best player on a team. He's the 7th best.
Right.
Exactly.
True.
And then suddenly the conversation is now, whoa, Jaylen Brown's not that bad. He's at least like top 40 in the league.
Right.
Top 40. Okay.
Yeah, that's insulting to Brown.
Right.
That's completely insulting to Brown. I mean, we were talking Giannis for Brown is what we were talking about, because we want to change our style and how we play to win championships. Now we're basically doing what it feels like every other New England team is doing, and it's, well, we got to be cost conscious. We got to be cost conscious.
Yeah.
And, put the money in front of winning a little bit here, and it feels a little gross.
Here's Gary Washburn talking about the Celtics' handling of the situation. I don't think that was Gary Washburn, actually, but still, the sentiment remains the same. It does appear, at least as you sit here on a Tuesday morning, this is the first time I can remember that Brad Stevens maybe has mishandled the situation.
Yes.
That I can point to. You know what I mean? You can say, okay, well, they traded this guy, he traded that guy, you broke up Porzingis, whatever, and Horford, you should have signed him. I don't know, there's many instances where you can say, yeah, you really kind of stepped in it there.
Yeah, this is the first time you're really second-guessing him on this thing. And yeah, go ahead.
It's not the Celtics. The Bucks, I think, put it all out there. Made it very public what was going on.
Right.
And then you've got all the reporting around. So that it doesn't happen. And then you can really point to why they didn't want to keep him. And it's like, okay, we were going to give you 3 picks and Hugo Gonzalez. We wanted to keep him because he's, cheap.
Yes.
He's very important to what we want to do. I mean, you cannot ignore the finances of it all. They want to get a team on the court that essentially allows them to be under whatever level it is, that they don't have to pay taxes, and then you do that for 2 years consecutively, you can go all in again.
Right.
And that's where they are. Like it does appear they're existing under the new ownership, under the new rules, and I don't think it's anything really to ding the new owners for, because you can't be spending $1 billion on a I understand it. I mean, I guess you could.
Yeah.
You could spend $1 billion if you're going to make 1.1,
But then you should have. But were you going to spend it on Giannis? That's the thing. It's like, if you got Giannis, is that part of the reason you got cold feet on that one? Because that didn't add up.
So I sit here just wondering if Brad has got a rabbit in the hat that he's going to pull out. Are we going to have, because there's still a couple things out there. I don't want 38-year-old Kevin Durant coming back as the centerpiece of the trade.
No, that's a Red Sox move.
So I worry about that. I think there's a path where you need to come away, I think, with a pick that is not owned by the team that you're trading Jaylen Brown to, because I think that team is going to get better.
Yep.
I think that the Rockets have a couple Nets picks. I think that the Trailblazers have a couple of Bucks picks. A piece and a pick in a way that in the long term, because you can convince me that a high pick alongside Jason Tatum and some guys now are of enough value to move on from Jaylen Brown. Other than that, I think it's, you got a couple weeks where if it doesn't happen, let's just get a couples counselor and let's
you got to deal with it. You got to deal with it. And I mean, I pissed off Jaylen Brown on the court, I'll take. I mean, I think that probably benefits you quite a bit. It's such a horrible scenario, and you can understand whether you agree with how Jaylen Brown handles it in social media world or whatever. This guy just basically was given this team, said, this is going to be a bridge year. He goes out and just leads this team throughout the year. They overachieve, and then you tell him, we're getting rid of you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And so what did he do between the beginning of last season and now to do anything but endear himself to us? But just all these rumors, I mean, I guess some of the stuff, you could not like some of the Twitch stuff that he does, but on the court as a player, he's been good.
Right.
At times great.
And when it was for Giannis, you could make the argument. There was an argument to be made. Now that the Giannis thing is gone, boy, things look a lot different now. It looks a lot different in the Celtics world, because now you're just getting rid of Jaylen Brown.
I think that after the Giannis move, there must have been a belief that we will now pivot, and that if Giannis is 1, Jaylen Brown is 1A, and I guess the rest of the league, it feels to me, did not view him in that way.
No.
As if, okay, now your sale fell through. Here's $25,000 under asking.
Right.
Whatever it is on your $1 million home, here's $750, and we can close tomorrow.
Right.
Here's a cash offer. What do you think? You want to get this off your hands? We'll take it.
That's what it is.
Right?
No, it's 100% what it is. Yeah, absolutely. And now, Stevens has a little bit of egg on his face for the first time. We've never seen this with Brad Stevens.
We'll see, right?
Yeah.
But at the moment, I think you're right.
Yep.
does he have some shrewd move that gets a couple of teams involved? You get some picks and some talent, and you start anew with Jason Tatum and whomever else. So we'll see. Okay, quick commercial break coming your way. Connect with the Ticket social media channels on 929 The Ticket and on Facebook, 929 The Ticket on Insta, sports.net.maine on TikTok, and our YouTube page, Sportsnet Maine. All right, we got our Sox Prop and Dave Peck coming up. Don't go away. All right, welcome back to the Morning Roast. Brian Sullivan, Greg Hirsch, Marqus Cesar going to talk with Dave Peck in a couple of minutes here. As we look at what lies ahead, 5 straight wins for the Boston Red Sox.
Yeah.
Connolly early against the Washington Nationals today. So what do we like? Come on. You know what I want? Is Connolly early going to be the one to take this thing off the rails?
No.
That's a good answer.
Yeah, no. The rookies they're there for you. Connolly early. He's got my support.
Marcus, where do you land on this? You seem to be a little reticent about riding this train.
I mean, I'm just worried about all of these homers he's given up lately.
Yep.
I mean,
They can hit.
exactly, and that's what I'm worried about. I think they've still got James Wood,
Yep,
right?
they do.
So
Everybody that was on the team yesterday is still there.
Yeah. That's fair.
yeah, I mean, things move quick.
Yeah, life comes at you fast. So what do you want to do? You want to take over on the runs? You want to bet against Conley early?
You know what? I liked what you said. Let's go -1.5.
The Sox going to win again.
Let's live a little.
Let's live a little bit. We'll take plus money. It's a 5-game win streak. Soon to become 6. We're just going to do it. Take the money you made yesterday off the Sox on the money line, put it over, and let's keep doing it because I got a feeling, I don't know, inside my bones somewhere that just like Nationals, even though they're 500 team, Sox are a little better. I think we're going to end June hot.
Nationals can't pitch.
And so I think you're going to hit. I think that early does enough. And so, 6-3, let's run it back. We're taking the Sox on the money line. And if you're crazy enough, take a -1.5. Why not? Little plus money for you on a Tuesday.
Let's try to enjoy this time.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
You got the Nationals, and you got the Angels. We're turning 250 as a nation. Let's live a little bit here.
Yeah.
Come on. All right. There you go. We're taking the Sox to win again. We'll see how long this hot streak can continue. All right. We're going to talk with Dave Peck right after this. Don't go away. Heroes Sports Grill Entertainment Center, official sports grill of the roast in downtown Bangor and at herosportsgrill.com. Now joining us on the Heroes Hotline, Dave Peck. Dave, how are you?
I'm doing well. What a difference a week makes, huh?
It is.
It's just when you think you're out.
So let's go back to you. We saw the picture of the bag you made. You brought it, but you could not have deployed it. You did not put it into action. I would think.
I cut it out. I sent you guys the picture. I was ready to go. I had 2 in my back pocket. It turns out it was part of a bachelor party. So I guess there was some sort of package. So we're standing on the field a little bit. They take us to sit down, and the guy's like a 21-year-old kid. He's giving us fun facts. He's like, well, the Red Sox won in 1918 and didn't win for 86 years. And we're like, oh, so it was, so we really, I felt bad. And then, of course, Payne Tolley has a perfect game through 6 or whatever it was. And I'm like, I mean, this is just the most classic Red Sox thing, just ruining my fun with a perfect game here. And they haven't lost since. And just like that, the joke is on me. So am I bought in? Has it moved the needle for me a little bit? I mean, I heard your guys' last segment. I get the sentiment. And at a certain point, we're fans to enjoy the team. I'm not there yet. I can't be a sucker that easily. I can't do it. Credit to the people who can. A little bit more. I need to see a little bit more. And even then, I really hope they sell at the deadline. So I'm completely and utterly pretzeled by this team, which is the most Red Sox thing ever.
Yeah, coming out of the weekend, right? That was the thing I said yesterday is how do I reconcile this Yankees sweep right now? Because I just, any other time I'm elated, right? And it's is that going to get us where we need to be?
Right. And I go back to, borderline refusing to I refuse to take responsibility for the reconciliation, and I blame ownership in the front office for putting me, the fan, in a situation to be pretzeled after a 4-game sweep of the New York Yankees. That's on them. That's not on me.
Yep.
That's not on the fans. And we were at the game. We were at Sunday's game, talked to a lot of fans, and I was surprised. Usually when we go there, it's Big Poppy land and go Sox, and, they hate us because all that. And people were not really having it. People were still, even though we've won 3 at this point, soon to be 4 in a row, I'm not going to be a sucker. There was one guy who actually was, but, I think Red Sox fans are smartening up a little bit and aren't going to be gaslit and abused and patronized like this, like we have been. So, if the players themselves, the individuals, guys like Durbin, obviously the pitching staff has been great. If they continue to be consistent, then that's what you can kind of get behind. But it just is, it's hard when guys like Roman Anthony and Marcelo Meyer are not there when they were promised to be the core.
I just can't stop thinking about this intern kid, the one who's giving you the fun facts about Fenway. Little does he know, you're like Malkovich in The Line of Fire. You got the most nefarious of intentions. You little homemade gun ready to deploy it, and he's just telling you about. And then the Yankees bought the team.
That's literally a line, and it's so funny. We felt so bad because he's just going into the Lions den, a bunch of 30-year-olds who are talking about selling the team with brown bags in their back pocket. And he's like, and then they won in 04, 07, 13, 18, and maybe 2026. And one guy goes, boo, sell the team.
Dave's like, I must kill the president.
Yeah.
I'm slowly clapping with underneath the napkin. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. James Carney himself right there. All right. So Dave, I guess, one other thing that we hit on too is, so you're, I want to get onto the Jaylen Brown stuff, but I do think that can't this Red Sox team, I think it could exist on this current run without Sonny Gray, right? Like Sonny Gray can go, and because he's not going to be part of the long term, but he can help someone else. And the pitching, I think, can absorb a world without Sonny Gray. Just thank you, Jake Bennett. Thank you, whomever else. If Crochet comes back, if that's the case, whatever. But Sonny Gray can't be on this team after, I don't know, August 3rd, hopefully before that.
No, I totally agree. And I feel like the rest of the guys have given you enough to get wins here and there and satiate, the fans that still want them to win. And again, good for them. But long term, you have your young guys, right? You have your young core. And we're not even talking about Garrett Crochet being a part of, leading that charge at this point. So from a pitching staff standpoint, I think they've overperformed. I mean, I know at the end of last year there was high expectations, but again, this is coming without Crochet. So, you have to get rid of him. I would get rid of Chapman too. I think just to start, just a closer. I mean, he's great, but it's just not somebody you need on a team like this. So,
is this the first to the Celtics? Is this the first time that we can point to that Brad Stevens may have mishandled the situation that you can think of?
That I can think of, yeah. And I don't know if it was him thinking that he was closer with Jaylen Brown than he was, but one of my co-hosts made a good point. It's like, as soon as they lost that game, it seemed like there was some contract that was fulfilled, and all of a sudden Jaylen Brown was free to just go unhinged on the internet. And ever since then, he's just been, I say, borderlining on Kyrie. He's going down that path of just saying odd things that seem tone deaf. But I go back to the fact that, we talked about this last week. I think Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum together are better than if you brought in Giannis. The problem is the way they play. And the way they play is either Mazzulla ball or Tatum ball. And I think it's one and the same. And because they're in each other's pocket, I think Jaylen Brown feels on the outside. And Jaylen Brown has said, throughout this past season, he doesn't want to play data-driven basketball. He wants to play more like he did, which was going to the hoop and shooting twos. And that's we all want them to do that, right? And so my point is, isn't it way easier to find a new coach that isn't in the back pocket of one of your superstars than to blow up 2 max players. Like, I just don't understand why their first approach to changing this team would not have been to alter the coach. And then it probably would have made Jaylen Brown happier. And then they probably would have played a better brand of basketball that wasn't Tatum-centric, iso ball, threes, yada, yada. Why did they not do that? And to that, I look at Brad Stevens. So it's before the entire Giannis deal and what's happened over the last week. This should have been avoided by simply doing that. We all saw it. I don't understand any Celtics fan who thinks otherwise. It just doesn't make sense to me.
I think, Dave, it's the contract that he's eligible for. The $70 million that would kick in 3 years. And I don't think that the Celtics want to be on the hook for it. And I think that there was a belief that once the Giannis thing fell apart, there'd be other offers that came in that just weren't there. Like the rumors of they wanted 4 picks and talent, and that offer just never materialized. So now here you are, I think probably receiving, under market offers.
Well, so like if you're going to receive under market offers, you have to make it up in the aggregate, right? As Billy Bean would say, like you're not going to get a 1-for-1. You're not really going to get a superstar. So could we just get a point guard who can't shoot the ball but brings it up every time and is the straw that stirs the drink? And could we get a big man who kind of stretches it a little bit and just makes it a little bit more dynamic? Like if that's the route we're going to go, look at the Knicks. Like the Celtics, I would say they're more talented with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum at their best than the Knicks were this past year. But the Knicks knew how to play basketball, and they play as a team. So, like, if you're not going to have Jaylen Brown, okay, you still have Tatum, who is a quarter of a dog that Jalen Brunson is. But can you get in some sort of facilitator so he's not bringing the ball up? I don't want the offense going through him off the dribble. Like, I want off-ball sort of stuff and just make it a little bit more dynamic than it's been, because it's pathetic what the Celtics have done with the talent they have.
What's your gut tell you happens?
I just don't. I don't see him staying. Like I think they just take a bath on this. Like he just can't. If you asked me a week ago, right after the Honest thing, I would have said that he's staying and they're going to work it out. But the guy cannot help himself. Like he will never be happy. It's like, dude, just like go to the beach. You have billions of dollars. You're an NBA Finals champion. You're an NBA Finals MVP. It's not that bad. You play for the best franchise in sports. Just like relax a little bit. Write a book. You want to talk, write a book. Okay. You're smart enough to do it. You have enough thoughts, but why are you going on Twitch? Why are you going on Twitter? Why are you retweeting these like anonymous sort of fringe media people? It's like, grow up, dude. So now I say there's no way, because he's just going to continue to force himself out, which is too bad. But I've had enough. Just based on what he does and what he says, not from a basketball standpoint. I'd rather have him than Tatum, honestly.
Okay.
I think they play better, but I don't want to hear it anymore. So good riddance. It's
an interesting spot to be in. I think we're just pretzeled on many different fronts at the moment. So, Dave, we appreciate you coming on with us. Have a great 4th of July, and we'll talk to you again next week.
All right. Sounds good. You too. Thank you.
All right. Dave Peck joining us there on the Heroes Hotline. Our takeaways are next.
Today on the pod, we're talking to Megan, trapeze artist and scratchers enthusiast. So, Megan, what do you like about playing scratchers?
Well, they're easy to play when I'm hanging around.
Oh, okay. Like when you're relaxing?
No, like when I'm hanging on the trapeze. I swing upside down, then do a quadruple somersault, all while playing scratchers. Watch this. Ta-da!
Unbelievable.
I know, right?
Scratchers from the California Lottery. A little play can make your day. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 years or older to purchase player claim.
Tonight, you're planning on watching the ultimate soccer showdown. During the match, you'll probably drink vodka, which will lead to texting your ex and maybe dancing on the bar. You should be a little worried, but you aren't, because you're not going to do any of those things. Tonight, you're going to drink differently with RK, the world's first zero-proof spirit that tastes like the real thing. All the flavor, all the burn, none of the bad decisions. Drink differently and get some RK for the match at rkbeverages.com. Like the boys on the pitch, RK is redefining what alcohol-free can taste like. RK has been distilling alcohol-free spirits since 2011, and they deliver that familiar burn without the alcohol or the hangover. Drink differently and get some RK for the match at rkbeverages.com.